So, so this time I think we did it. We are live. I will wait for people to come into the room. Come on in the room. I said, come on in the room. Sister Cheryl Faulkner, are you partying, my sister? Partying, partying, partying. The crowd is there. Hello, Sissy. Good afternoon. My sissy Joanne Stevens. Hi, everybody. So, I don't know why I haven't received the notification yet to. So, don't forget to give the thumbs up. I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, maybe I can share to the family chat and tell them that Nana is alive. Not alive. She is live now. Nana, now. Thanks for waiting, everybody. So, I hope everybody had a good week. Cheryl Faulkner, what's going on in your garden? Am I loud and clear? I forgot to ask you guys that. Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? There's usually a delay from the time I push something on StreamYard until everybody gets on in the room. But Cheryl Faulkner, oh, you know what my dad used to say? And rest his soul, it would have been his 90, mommy's 91, 92, 96th birthday on Sunday. Angela's Gardening Delight. Hello. Thank you. And welcome to the GQUAT family reunion bus. Hello, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. I saw you this morning. Yankee Sister Homestead is in here with the 1 up. Hello, Barb Brownlee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everybody had a good week. Is anybody planting outside? Barb Brownlee says, hello, Miss Ellen and everyone. Happy spring. Hey, Auntie Ellen in chat. I went to by my garden this morning. I almost want to show you, except I can only show you on my phone. I transplanted some bulbs from my mom's house. She's had perennial gardens there for over 50 years. And I checked, they're coming up. But guess what? The ground around them, they're all in containers, is frozen. Is frozen. It's been a little bit warm. Cheryl Faulkner says, hey, Joanne, Yankee Sister, and Barb Brownlee. You guys are so good at coming in. And don't forget to do a thumbs up. And for anybody who is here for the first time, welcome. Yankee Sister, of course, is planting some. That's why she has no time for her friends or to sew on her quilt. Oh. But she did have time to send over here and get her comfrey. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. She had time for that. Mike's Chaotic Gardening says, hi, Miss Ellen, Joanne, Cheryl, Yankee Sister, and Barb Brownlee. Oh, wow. Hello, Irene's Garden, my dear friend. You caught me live. Yes. And I have so much stuff to mail. I didn't get out the winnings from my giveaway and my monetization. And thank you. But they're all here. I can't even hardly pick these. Ugh. I have several boxes this size. This one is actually Maria Graham's. There's one that size with my aunt's rag quilt in it. Hi, Miss Patty. I saw you eating your oatmeal And I'm not going to put your business out there. If they want to see what Miss Patty eats after she works out, they will have to go to her channel. Miss Patty is an adult who goes walking every day, takes care of herself. Angela's Gardening Delight has a wonderful, wonderful garden. Everybody does. Yankee's sister is outside morning, noon, and night in the garage. She can't answer the phone, can't do nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Pardon the French. Yes, Irene. Irene, you have a package coming. And for everybody who got something in the monetization, you're not only getting what you know that you want, but everybody's getting a little something. Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Do you think that I would send a mug rug for you and not send one for your beautiful wife who puts up with you and all your YouTube friends? You're getting one, and so is she. And a little something, something else. You sure can. Yankee Sister, that same number you dialed to get your comfrey, next time, what is it? Beef, brisket, beef, whatever, and whatever it is goes on sale St. Patrick's Day. That's the same number you dialed for me to go get mine at $3, $4 a pound. See, just saying. Yes, yes. And Psalm 146 has a gift. And she let me know when she confirmed that she loves sunflowers. So I have some sunflower seeds. Oh, gee, Mama Grows, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, I made a mess last week when I was home alone. I got all the gifts mixed up. Oh, as a matter of fact, because I got at the end the grand prize gift mixed up and Martika won one, her bag is also finished. Remember, there was one bag. I made another bag, and that will be going. Actually, she's going to pick hers up, and she has some other things here. Speaking, oh, Miss Ellen, Menards has $10 for $1 again. We don't have a Menards here. Could I cash app you a couple of bucks or something, and get whatever they have. Speaking of sending packages out, I'm always dropping something. I want to show you guys a quick little trick. You see this tape? Well, you know how it's always getting stuck, always getting stuck. I remembered something from when I used to work in the law firms, and we had certain information to send out. It had to be secured even before it went to the mailroom. And hi, Shakira. Thank you. Welcome for coming. And I wanted to show you when you have this plastic tape, you don't have to even have it on a roll. Take a big paper clip like this and put it inside like this, and you'll never be fishing for the end of it again. That's something I learned when I used to actually work for a living. Actually work for a living. There I go, repeating myself. My sister told me I'd do that. I think I started doing it when I started the channel so I wouldn't forget what I was saying. When you get old, things happen. You go in the room to get one thing and you forget what it was. Then you go back again and you don't remember. So I'm scrolling down in the chat because it's hard to see on the phone. Yankee Sister says, it's huge. That little thing grew and grew. I'm afraid mine is going to burn up inside this apartment, even though I keep it cool. Anybody who visits me always knows. Hey, Tangi. Hey, Tangi Lewis. How are you doing? I thought about you when I was so busy doing bags. And since you were so kind to wait, this may or may not be coming to you. You'll have to email me and see. Hope your dad is doing okay. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. So, I wanted to show you some other things. I have been working, 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 working. So, uh, uh, we're going to make a journal at the end of this. At the end of we finish talking and going over some business. These this is one of the journals I made. Remember when I had the watermelon fabric? So this one has like a little leather lanyard. I don't have any more of this fabric, so it won't be available. I will have journals for sale, but I want to teach each of you how to make your own. When I make them, they start at $35 and up because of the fabric, the time, and everything. But I will show you how to make them for free. And this has a page holder. We make a little page holder. And I've been so busy. Keychains. I made a lot of the watermelon scraps. There wasn't enough to make an extra journal. I could only get two out of them. And the first two people, I owe a lot of moderator gifts. And thank you, Barb Brownlee. We're going to make a journal from start to finish. It's just like we did with the paper bags a few weeks ago, but I've got one over there ready. And these are keychains. I showed you guys how to fold them and make them. And this is what I do with the tiny little bits of scraps. And remember the 1 inch pieces of cotton batting that I had? And I said, I don't throw away, and the long armor didn't throw away. Hello, Stacy. Hands in the dirt, and welcome. Thank you for coming. And by the way, you guys, this is Stacy's journal. It will be going out. The mail didn't go out because Auntie has to. I actually had some complications with my oral surgery, and I have to take a whole cart. I live in a part of New Haven that's old with those old post offices, and you have to go up like 3 steps to get to a landing. Then from there, you go up 5 steps to get to a landing. Then you go in a door, you have to swing it out. And they do, hello, Urban Garden Chronicles. Thank you for coming. There's a handicap ramp, but it starts like on the other side of the building. Then it crosses up and goes over to the other side. So I just go and hump and bump my cart up the steps until I get there. G Mama Grow says, this is a nice journal. This is Stacy's. He's going to be rubbing it in. He's going to be rubbing it in. Irene, this is no talent, honestly. This is the same way we made the brown paper bags. I transferred it onto cloth, and I will show you exactly how I did it. As a matter of fact, because I have so many journals waiting to go out, my moderators are getting one for all the work they've put in. And I've got, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 waiting. I bought this beautiful dragonfly fabric because I love dragonflies, and I was going to make a quilt out of it. A lady contacted me and got a price on a quilt, and you're welcome. You're welcome, Stacy. And here's your little seat so that when you're sitting in those blinds hunting, you won't get your hiney cold. Okay. So it's thermal, it's washable. Not that it needs to be washed. I'm not throwing any shade, but this will be going out with your journal, Stacy. For those of you who want to see a completed butterfly journal, this is what they look like. I happen to have some leftover, some scrap leather. I don't know if you remember when I first started my lives, I had a hood from a coat that I don't wear anymore, the hood, and I cut it into strips and I made a little pocket for the journal. And this one has a page saver that's just made with a piece of fabric that matches. Okay. This is the other watermelon fabric journal that I made. I could only make two. And I made this journal. This one I really didn't have a big enough piece of. I do need some more leather, sissy. One would never turn down a gift, would one? If her little sister wanted to gift her some. Thank you. Oh, you like the butterfly journals? Um, I'll show you something about those in a minute. So this one was really kind of tight when I sewed the inside in. So I could only make a limited amount, but I have a lot of fabric to make journals. But as I said, when I make them, the journals start at 35 and up. You can make them for nothing. Hello, Bouger, Sabrina. Hola. This is another one. The pens are in different places. I try to make them differently. They come up, and these are not dollar store pens either, you guys. I bought good pens to go in them. And this, and I know everybody's going to like these. This is a special commissioned one. I don't have any more of this fabric, but I will be ordering it to make some. This one will cost a little more. This one will be $50, but include shipping. But this, it was a limited edition fabric, and these fabrics are very, very expensive. I was talking to Martika, and I was at the fabric shop, and I told her the fabrics there start at $20 a yard. My sister Joanne will tell you, she took me to a fabric store. I forgot, the 35th Avenue shop, was it, Sissy, in Arizona? And the fabrics there, I bought just a few that I was trying to get on sale, boutiques, the things that I love, and I spent like $400 or $500, like in a couple of minutes. Martika, you missed your gifts, hon, or maybe not. Maybe you were in the bushes watching. So here's your bag. Your I can pick it up. Your journal, and there's something else, but I'm keeping that a secret. Hello, GT Junior grows in Alaska. Thank you and welcome. You guys who don't know him, GT Junior Alaska is the one that sponsored he and Mike, the WIG Grow Off 2022. And if you have not voted, oops, if you have not voted, please go by his channel and vote and vote. Be fair. But I did a good job. I'm just saying. Just saying. Especially, you know what? I actually grew most of my things for the first time hydroponically. I have been gardening for over 70 years. I have never I have never used hydroponics, but between the squirrels out there, the four-legged ones, the groundhogs, the deer, the two-legged ones, a person has to do what a person has to do. Aren't what beautiful Yankee sister? Oh, the journals. Oh, and one thing I wanted to show you guys, because I'm really into fabrics, and I looked at this. You see how this looks? Look at your fabric carefully, okay? Because you know what I see? I see, when I hold it this way, the blue dragonflies are going up. But my favorite color is purple. So, oh, Martika says, thank you. Oh, she's kissing me up. She's sweetening me up. She knows she's 2 steps away, and she can get to Auntie anytime she wants to. She knows it. GT Junior says he's driving but listening. There are 4 votes. Oh, 4 votes on his community tab. What he's saying is that you vote 4 times. My lips are still kind of numb from my lips. Yeah, the 35th Street Sew and Vacuum in Phoenix. You want to get tightened up with some good fabric, you can go there. But as they say, it's going to cost you a grip. So all of the journals that I made sure that the dragonflies are flying up. Yes. Yes. So, for those of you who are new or in the bushes or coming the first time, Gar, every time she holds one up, I'm like, dang, that's nice too, Latanya Lewis. Well, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. We already did it with the paper bags a few couple months ago, and we're going to do it today just in fabric. As a matter of fact, just sitting here, I can show you what I did. If you want to try it on your own, I got a piece of fabric and I made it just It depends on you, on your skills. You can do whatever sewing by hand. I found a shortcut. You can use glue. You can use iron on stabilizer. But guess what? This works equally as well. Just some just some tape. You can buy some at the dollar store, but I have tape going back years and years and years. So what I did was cut a piece of cotton batting, just a little bit smaller, folded it over the sides, and taped it down. I'll show you the rest when I go over to the machine, because since this fabric is trimmed in gold, I put some gold thread in the machine, because if I sew in black, not only will I be able to see it, you won't be able to see it either. Barb Brownlee, one of the things I love, and as you know, I'm a mixed media artist, but I stick to, hello, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Nikki's the first one who got her journal, and her moderator journal, and of course she rubbed it in, but all of you moderators will be getting one. And she got something else to go with it. Bouger Prepper. Oh, matter of fact, since Bouger Prepper is here, I know she's funny about the kind of reds that she likes. It doesn't match her color, and that's fine. But Bouger, as your moderator gift, you can email me or wave your hand if you would like one of these for Nikki's laughing. For your moderator gift, you can have one of these. Um, it's got the placeholder, a good pen, and a leather placard. So the Boucher, Nikki, and Hands in the Dirt were the first ones, but they're busy during the day. I thought Hands in the Dirt was your favorite. That's what Hands in the Dirt said. And G Mama Grows is rolling her eyes, but she's getting a special gift, a special gift. If she wants a oh, if she wants to trade it for a journal, she can, but I'm sure she won't. I'm sure she won't. She's getting something that I only had one of, and it's something that I'm willing to part with, and she already knows what that is. So, was that everybody's gift? Maria Graham, she already knows what she's getting. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if she's here yet, but this big heavy box is Maria Graham's. Don't let Stacy know Nikki got the first one. Stacy already knows Nikki. Nikki was over there showing off, doing her little dance, her little Maryland, DC, Virginia, her hands in the dirt. Who? Oh, Bouger, I don't know. Bouger, Black Beauty, y'all better watch what you say and do. See, she's not playing. And as Tarsha Triple Threat says, Bouger comes prepared. She has everything she needs. Oh, G Mama says she'll keep her special edition gift. You're welcome. You're welcome. And I hope you make your clock or fix your clock. Fix your clock. Okay, so I'd like to talk about. Oops, it fell. This may or may not be Martika's keychain. She likes green. She made sure I knew what color green she likes. So let's talk about a couple of quick books before we go over. This one is probably one that you've never seen. I actually have a certificate in digital marketing, but at the time I took the class, I was legally blind, and they had us taking it on these small computers. Well, I guess it's not small, it's a 15-inch MacBook. That's what I'm using right now. But it should have been for a person with vision impairments, should have been a full size screen, a desk model, the 26-inch one like they had in the labs, but were not available. But this book is called Traffic Secrets. It's by Russell Brunson. And what this is about, does anybody know what SEO means? S Sam, E Edward, O Ocean. Raise your hand if you know what that means. Okay. The what it means is search engine optimization. And what that does is this is how whatever you put, like when you put the hashtag, like WIG 2022, you put hashtag ELOC Nation, HI, hands in the HITD, TNOG, any of those. This is what draws other people to you when they search for a word on Google. This is how they get to your channel. This book tells you all the things you do to really grow a business, any business. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but they go over several good steps to grow any type of business. There was a page that it comes with pictures, your dream customer, your target. They tell you to make a list of 100 people. They talk about newspapers and blogs to grow your channel, radio, podcasts, how you funnel traffic to your channel. Then they talk about your dream 100. That's a strategy. Exactly. SEO is search engine optimization, and how to drive it. I'm not trying to drive up a business. I have owned too many businesses already. Don't want to work in a pie factory. And I like doing what I'm doing. I like having a small channel. And you guys are my family. Welcome to the GQUAT reunion, family reunion bus. And it has like a publishing plan for Facebook, all of the different search engines, TikTok, whatever. So you can screenshot this. Mine is like new. I've had it 3 years because I used it for my class. I'm not interested. Not interested. And another class that I took, I used to, you guys, for I think about a year, 6 months for sure. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, I take my white cane. I had a white cane at the time, and I would get on the handicap bus, go over to the community college. I would have to leave at 5 to get on the bus to get over there, to be there by 6. Class didn't get out until 10. I would get home 11 o'clock at night. But I did it. The next quick book I want to show you is Adobe Photoshop. Well, Adobe is a really expensive app. They have different parts that you can buy a la carte or whatever. So I took a class on Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesigner, basic graphic design tools. But you don't need that these days. They have all these other programs. But if you have this book and you look up Photoshop CC, it tells you how you make the different layers and really do graphic things. Yes, Adobe, this is just a book on Photoshop. I also have a book on InDesign and Illustrator. Each class was a different semester at that school. So I must have been going there for a year, at least a year. At least a year. Hello, Maria Graham. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You missed you missed your big box. Ugh, I'll lift it up again. I get my money's worth from the post office. This, whoa, this is your box, Maria Grant, and it's really, really heavy. I had to almost sit on it to get the tape on it. Remember when you went to college and you had to sit on the trunk to get it closed? Thanks, everybody, for hitting the like button. Okay. So thanks everybody for leaving a comment. I have the free version of StreamYard. So after the live is open, I can't see anything that anybody said, and it's not saved. So if you go back and leave a comment, I can see it, especially if there's anyone here who is new. And Nikki usually goes live on Saturdays at 7 p.m. on the first, second, and third Saturday. Hands in the Dirt goes live every Wednesday, where I cut up over on his on their channel with him and Bouger Prepper, and from 7 till until we got into some really deep conversation yesterday, and we went from like 7 until about 10. So I'm looking over the notes that I made for you guys. So I will be going to the post office Monday. Monday's payday, and I have about $125 worth of postage to put on here, and I have to pay for my post office box. So I will be going on Monday. On Monday. So I encourage all of you to do what you love and love what you do. Or I was telling you, I'm going to start going live once a month on Saturday at 6:30. So I'm going to do a pop-up live Saturday, the 1st of April, and I will just be sewing and working on projects. So anybody that sews or wants to come up, let me know. I can send you a link to come up, or you can just watch me. I will be working on journals from scratch, start to finish, and show you how to do a piece of artwork on cloth, like the art quilt that I did a couple weeks ago with the tree. Show you how I cut that out. Or you can put your logo on a piece of fabric and put it on your journal. I actually have one cut out, a fleur de lis, that you can do by hand. You don't need these fancy Cricuts or cutting machines and tools. You can do it with just a pair of scissors and a piece of computer paper and trace the outline on there, pin it to it the old fashioned way. People have been making art forever and they didn't have all of this. Nikki, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Yes. So since you left an empty slot, I'm going to jump in ahead of time before everybody else jumps in your space at 7 o'clock. So 6:30, I will be going live the fourth Saturday of every month, and I'll just sew and sew and sew. The next time I go live, I will set up my big embroidery machine with all of the hoops. I have some really big hoops, and show you how I put the different colors of thread in, and just you can watch me stitch out and take our time and not be rushed. I know that 4 o'clock is a time that most people are working, but Auntie's out of gas. Auntie's out of gas. People who know me know I'm 1 o'clock bumping around 4:30. That would be good if I was about 50 years younger. But my issue is that I have glaucoma and I'm totally blind in one eye, so I have to rest my good eye. And if I don't, I by the end of the evening, I can't see anything, not even the TV. Everything is blurry. So I every evening, usually about this time, now I lay me down to sleep and pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. And I get up, bump around, email people, butt dial, all of that kind of stuff. So, G Mama Grows is posting my Amazon wish list. Thank you very much, G Mama. And I will take you guys, take a long walk, a little walk, like Jill Scott says, with me. And I'm going to show you how to do those. Barb Brownlee says you'll be looking to the pop-up lives. Barb Brownlee, I don't think I have your email address. If you send your email address, let me see. I think I have a banner with, oh, last time I erased it. Show. You can come up and you don't have to talk. You can just have your machine. You can sew or just do whatever you do. Ask me questions. And anything that I do when you see me on a live, If you're on my live, just ask me a question. I'm happy to answer it. I'm happy to answer it. Nobody wants to, not everybody wants to sew. I'm working on sewing because I have all these big projects going on, art quills, things that I'm doing for different exhibits, other things I do. Hello, Belt Loop, Gary 29, Belt Loop 29. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You guys, before I was monetized, Belt Loop helped post my channel on his channel and help me get new subscribers. So I'm going to hide this comment and so that we can see what else is going on. I was wondering why I couldn't see it on there. Okay, so let's make a journal cover. Okay. Going to try to carry everything without dropping it or stumbling over things or dropping this MacBook, my pride and joy. I have something. Where am I going to show you? Oh, you see that quilt on the couch? It's actually a quilt. I'll tell you about it. It's Asian fabric, and it was a panel that I started. And it looks like something very simple. You would think a panel. But those, let me see if I can turn you slowly without. But do you see that? Oh, there's Flat Stanley. He's trying to get out of here too. All this is work that's going out on this table. That quilt is Asian fabric and an Asian panel. There's a lady. But do you see the flowers? The flowers were cut from around the fabric. All the rest of that, the black with the lavender and those other little strips, are pieces that I cut and made. That's not built in fabric. And it's really difficult to do. That's not a beginner class. That one, you start off with something that is an inch wide. You have to sew perfectly straight 1/4 inch seams so that you have a 1/2 inch left in the middle and go around it. That one is a stressor. Are there any questions? You love that color, Maria Graham? Thank you. Thank you, Belt Loop. I have not only subscribers around the world, I have family members who are also Asian and who are different nationalities all over in my family. So I want to include everybody. A quick thing I want to tell you about thread. You guys see these thread spools? I actually took a class, a 1-day class at a thread company that taught you about thread. We just buy thread and think that it doesn't matter, but it does. These spools that are cone shaped, they're made so that the thread loops off easily and comes off the top and it flows easily. You don't have to have one of these fancy thread holders. You can just take a regular mug, a coffee mug, put your thread in it, and instead of having it up high, it's the same principle. If you put it on the floor, put your thread down in it, and then loop it up through your regular thread guides. Okay. But what you want to do is make sure that the thread guide is not on the right hand side of the machine where the wheel turns, or if you have a machine with a belt on it, you don't want it to catch the thread and get wound up and pulled into the motor. Ask me how I know. Ask me if I've ever done it. Yeah. So all the things I've learned, I'm trying to help you guys not make the same mistakes. But just any mug, especially the big heavy mugs, that's all you need to have a fancy thread holder. I don't know how my phone got all the way up there. Yeah, GT Junior is laughing. Yeah. Another thing, I don't know if you all saw the post I made this morning, and I had my little antique machines out. Those of you who had those antique machines, when you take them to different classes or out in public, if you get up to go to the bathroom, guess what? Take your bobbin case out. Take your bobbin case out. The bobbin case for those little Singer featherweights, the little black one and the little blue one, the bobbin case is about $125 plus shipping. And you go to the big quilt shows where they sell those machines, you look at them, they don't have a single bobbin case in there. People will switch your bobbin case out or just take them and walk away. Barb Brumley says, awesome thread tip. Yes, yes. Now, the thread that, like this, it's meant to go like horizontally on the machine. This is actually dual purpose and it's good for hand sewing or machine sewing. So without further ado, I'm going to show you Tangi Lewis's great information. So I'm going to show you how to make a quilt journal. Okay. The, I don't mean a quilt journal. I meant a journal. See, I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. This is one of a few. I buy these when they go on sale at Wally World when the school starts. They're like 50 cents each. I'll go buy, like Mike goes and buys the seeds at Menards. I go to Wally World and I'll buy 25, 30 of these because it's a gift. It makes such a wonderful gift. And you go on Etsy or any of the other places and they're going to cost you $35 to $50. When I put mine on there, it'll be the same. But guess what? We can do it together and you can do it for nothing. GT Junior says he's been listening and driving Gary Belt Loop 29. So let's push this down. I'll put one of these over there on the floor. And this is a composition book. The actual size is 10 by 7.5. So to make a cover for it, you can buy like a fat quarter. Those of you who know what a fat quarter is, it's 1/4 of a yard. So if you don't sew and don't have fabric on hand, you can buy a fat quarter of anything that you like. And you take, this is another project. You take your fabric and you lay it out. As I said, I want my dragons to be going up. You see how they're going upward? So that's how I'm going to lay it out. It might look upside down. And then, and I pressed my fabric before I did. You don't have to, but I do it because it makes it easy. So remember how we made the paper bag book covers? This is what we're doing with a piece of fabric with a piece of cotton batting on the inside. And we folded it down to make it so that we can see just about the center of the fabric. The center of the fabric. And oh no, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to sew the edges. You don't have to, but I'm going to do it because it's going to make it nice. And I have already sewn my little label. If anybody doesn't have a label, you just take a Sharpie and some unbleached muslin, write your name on it, and voila, you have a label. So what I'm going to do, the raw edges of the fabric, I'm just going to sew a nice little, neat little line close to the edge, just because if somebody gets one of my journals as a gift or they buy one, I want them to have something of value. So this is black fabric. I'm sewing with gold since it's trimmed in gold. Again, if you're sewing, make sure you have the bottom thread and the top thread pulled up, and you push it back out of the way so that it won't tangle up. And I'm going to make a couple of stitches forward. I know you can't see because my hand is in the way. So then I'm just going to keep my hand out of the way. Just do a little edge stitch all the way on the bottom so that it looks nice. Back stitch. I'm doing this live, you guys, so that you can, and these are little trimmer nips, and pull it out enough so that when it goes down, and always stop with your machine needle up when you're doing this. When you're doing other things, you want to stop with it down. If it's not up, put it up to its highest point so that you can clear the thread and go around the other way. Can you see the stitches along the side? So that'll be tucked in and it'll look nice and neat. So now I will do the same on the other side. Now, is this necessary? Do you have to do this? No. This is just the little extras and the things that are a little bit time consuming, and time is money, right? So if you're going to make them, and people love these journals, and they make the best gifts. The best gifts. You know, when I showed you guys how to make pillowcases, the reason I showed you that is because when you have quilts or make quilts, once you make that quilt, you can never get that fabric again. You'll never get anything to match it. And that's your one opportunity to make the matching pillowcases. And if you don't make up your bed, you just pull the quilt up. You have matching pillowcases. Do you know how much those pillowcases go for if you buy them? They're $65 a set. Why? Because you're going to need about 2.5 yards of fabric. And just think, I told you about some of the fabric at some of the stores, $20 a yard. Even fabric that's $10 a yard. That's $25 right there, plus your thread, plus your batting, and your time. So, okay. So now we've got this neat little, almost, book cover. Can you see it coming together? Your label makes an official present. Thank you. I made 21 quilts I donated to a senior center in North Carolina. And I donated all the fabric, all the batting, all the backing. I did all the sewing. And I made each of the seniors a bag to go with it so they could carry it. A lot of them go to nursing homes, or they have to go live with different children. Some of them become homeless, but they have their quilt and their bag to go with them. And one lady said, "Oh, Ellen, you know the best thing about that is your signature on the back. I sign each one of their labels." So what I'm doing is putting the book inside so that I can measure from the sides, because now I have this little strip of leather. Actually, it's upside down. And this is going to be a leather pen pocket. And I want to make sure that I don't sew it, so that it reaches the binding. Okay? So you don't have to have a piece of leather. take a 6.5-inch square block. Remember when we were sewing half square triangles? You take a 6.5-inch square block and you fold it in half and sew around the edges, and you'll get something almost the same exact size. I'm going to run out of leather soon unless I get a donor, sissy. So I've got this over here. I'm going to go back to the machine, lift up the presser foot, and I'm going to do a little stitch around the edge. And you're not going to find anybody that makes journals that has both a pen pocket and a page holder, because nobody does that. This is one of my original patterns. Why? Because I'm always finding a different way to do something. And I always, when I used to see things, I'd say, oh, wait a minute, where's my pen? Oh, wait a minute. Then I'd have to open the book and fumble for a clear page, an empty page. By putting a page holder in, you always have the next empty page ready. And if I didn't say it, I will show you in the beginning and the end. When you start a row, I'll show you, because I'm almost finished sewing down this side. I'm going to back stitch 2 or 3 stitches, and that keeps, I actually took 1 extra stitch, but that's okay. So this is how you get the fancy journals. Okay, see? Okay, now I'm going to put it back down again just for a second. And here is a bookmark. How did I make the bookmark? Actually, let me get a piece of paper and I'll show you. I cut a strip of fabric, 2.5 inches. This is not 2.5 inches. This is actually 3, but I'm making it bigger so that I can show you a demonstration. And you fold the fabric in half, okay? Then you open it and you fold one side into where the middle of it is. Then I turn it around so I can see it. Then I fold the other half to the middle of it. See this? Then I fold it down like this. This is how I make the keychains, you guys. The same keychains that you just saw that you loved with the different fabric. I simply start off with a 2 or 3 inch piece of fabric, except before I fold it under, I just put a little piece of cotton batting. So it's like math. When you start in 2nd, 3rd grade and you learn 1 + 1, you learn one thing and you just build on the next thing. So this one thing can be used for so many things. I use it for other kinds of bag holders. So this is what I did with a 2.5 inch piece of fabric for this. But I did it ahead of time so that I could save time. And I don't want it to be all the way in the back. So I'm going to sew this strip on the inside so that it doesn't slip. Uh-oh. I almost unthreaded the machine. That's why you pull remember I was telling you before, you pull the thread out. I was talking. I almost didn't pull it out far enough. And I'm just going to sew the page holder on there. Do you have to have a page holder? No. This is your journal. You make it any way you want to. I just like having it. It's a convenience. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. So I'm going back and forth several times to make sure that while you're pulling on it, looking for a page, or the dog gets it, or one of the kids get it and pull it, it won't come out. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside. Now we're going into the home stretch. We're going to put the book inside so that we can see where to fold it. And you can use a pin, or you can use some of these clips. These are called Wonder Clips. I like to use them for hems when I'm hemming quilts. So I'm going to put this on the edge to hold it. I'm going to look on the inside. It helps to have a little ruler when you're quilting or ironing it near the ironing board, just so that you double check. People, when people who value their work, they want to make sure that it's even. So this side is 3 inches. So I'm just going to eyeball it and make this side 3 inches as well. Are you going to go to jail if it's not even? No, you just want your stuff to look nice. So that's this side. Then you turn it over and you make sure the back side has plenty of room. Don't make it too spacious. Okay. And I'm going to put a Wonder Clip here at the top, one at the bottom. I'm not going to measure it. I know that it's even, but I just wanted to show you guys the right way to do it. So look, it's almost done. Can you see this? All I have to do is sew the edge and put it on the book. So that's what I'll do. This is pretty thick. I really like my little featherweight machine for doing this, but I'm using this machine to do some decorative stitching on another project, so I've had it out for the last several weeks. Yep, it's sewing. So when you look at the time, in less than an hour, and that includes cutting the fabric, picking it out, ironing it. You do have to iron if you want yours to look nice like mine. And doing everything you have to do. And look what a lovely gift you have. Look what a lovely merch you have to sell. Okay, so that's the bottom. Well, actually, that's the top. And I'm going to sew this one little line. And in about a minute and a half, I'll be putting it on the book. And it's a done deal. And I'll have one more moderator journal ready to go out. And I will be doing these live on Thursday. All the ones that are over there, I will finish because I want to be able to put them in the mail, as I said, on Sunday. So, and one thing, you'll find some of you may decide to do it, but most people who sew, most sewists, most quilters, they never sew black on black. It's like sewing with writing with invisible ink. You can't even see it. You can't see where you're sewing. So they use gray or neutral color, and it actually blends in. Ta-da! Okay, so this is what it looks like in the inside. You'll never see it again. Whole new perspective. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. So I'm going to, I appreciate that donation. Thank you. And we're going back to grade school with the paper, the brown paper, the brown paper bags. And we're stuffing the book into it. Sometimes it's not the case here, but sometimes the book will be too tight or whatever. I don't have this under properly because I'm looking at the screen. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. And then I'm going to tuck the back into, move the page holder. And slide it in to the cover. Turn it over. Put the page holder down. You guys, when you do your journals, leave a few pages in the beginning. Do you ever have something important that you want to find real fast after you do a journal? Then you're flipping through here looking for it. Don't do that. Leave a few pages empty in the beginning. I even turn a couple down. Stacy will find in his journal that his auntie has already turned his down for him so that he remembers. So then, voila, you put the pen in, put the page down, and look, you guys, that's how you make a journal. How cool is that? Who likes that? Who thinks they can do it? Raise your hand. Who will even try? No place like home. Everyone in the chat. Hello, Sandra, living a full life. And anyone I didn't see to speak to. Thank you for coming. So, did you guys like this? Would you like me to do more hands-on stuff in front of you so that you can see every little thing I do? Okay. So, this journal will be going out, and I have about 5 more prepped and ready to go. And if you guys want to make one on Saturday, even by hand, Latanya Lou says, yes, I bring it every day. Yes, thank you. So I bring it every day sews. So if you get a fat quarter of fabric, it's a quarter of a yard. That should be enough to make 2 journals. Okay. Get some. Hello, David Corey with Crop. Thank you. And thank you for coming. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, sir. I saw your videos today. You guys, I bring it every day is also a crafter. She crafts every day. You don't have to wait a week for me to come by or do different things. And any channel that you don't know who the people before you go, everyone who is a content creator, can you, hello, Marie Scrappy Creations. I was watching you yesterday. So hello, So Terry. Thank you for coming. Everybody who is a content creator, could you put your hands up so that people can see you're a content creator? Moderators, can you post your channel? Because your channel, only moderators can post channel, but everybody, hello, So Terry. Thank you for coming. So Terry, you see her name, it says sew, and that's what she does. So some of you guys who want to do more sewing than I do, please visit the other channels, the gardening. That was how most gardeners do something else. Most gardeners do something else. Gary, Belt Loop 29, he gardens. He has a great channel. He has a great channel. So, everybody, I will be Belt Loop 29. You don't have to sew. But what happens when the buttons fall off your uniform, sir? You know what? You don't have to sew. You get the stuff, a needle and thread, and look at the ingredients, and I will show you how to do it. In fact, I will make a journal cover by hand if you would like me to, just to show you how easy it is. Okay. So I will be doing a pop-up live on Saturday, April 1st at 6:30. And every month, the fourth Saturday, when Nikki's not doing the chat, I will go live. And please like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bell on so that you'll know when I go live. And don't forget to give a thumbs up. GQUAT. Mother, if you're listening, I sent my mother the link so that she would know a crystal whole new perspective. This is an I, my crooked fingers. This is an L. This is a U. To say I love you. I love you. Ego amote, mother. Thanks everybody for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you Saturday.